I'll go back to Valkyrie profile. I'm sorry. I promised Ruby Tomato to play today. I cannot get out of this one. I don't know what Sucker Mary Barrels is. Whatever. I don't care. It's so cold. Okay. We're gonna start playing, but once Ruby shows up and says something in chat, I'm gonna go on a 30-minute yap about my timeline of the game so far. I won't go in. Okay, I'll explain whenever he gets here. But that's what I consider it now. Okay, that's fine. In short, if you keep preventing us from meeting with Father, we will have to accept the following theory. Simply put, Father is already dead. What do you mean the link didn't take you here? You're lying. It opened Chrome on phone? At least you're here. Anyways, I was saying that once you showed up, I was gonna go on a little yap about my timeline of the game. Don't worry, I know that I should save it until after episode 4. I just want to say some of the footnotes. I won't explain every step of everything. I'll save that for episode 4. I mean, for before episode 5. Yeah, I gotta agree with Ruby this time. Skip ahead 30 minutes. I want to give footnotes because you know how this game is. So if anything gets confirmed in this episode, I can go, haha, I'm so smart. And if anything gets deconfirmed, I can go, wah, wah, you know? So that's why I want to give footnotes. So literally, since last stream ended, I've done nothing but think about this game. It has been a chokehold. It doesn't help that the Homestuck updates have been really short recently. So I had more time to think about this. So here are my footnotes. Okay. Bot watchers can put some background noise. Speaking of background noise, if you hear anything in the back, it's my cat making a mess. Okay, so. Okay, so here's my. I don't know how much I said in the server chat. I don't think I said anything. Maybe. Anyways, okay. Here we go. So. Let's see what Ruby says first. What is he gonna say? I'm feeling a bit odd today as well. The season's changing. It's getting really cold. Winter starting. I don't know. I feel more emotional, I guess. So perfect for episode 4 if I cry more. Anyways, before I speak, I'm gonna let Ruby type. Yeah, exactly, Jules. Exactly. My message got nuked. No, don't whatever. What did you say? I want to know. What was something? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll do my timeline. I'm gonna pee myself. Okay, timeline. Okay, so here we go. Again, just footnotes. I need to remind. I repeat things because I need to remind myself not to go into an actual 30-minute spiel. Just give the footnotes. I was gonna say we got a timeline fan made in crap, so extra content of the game gives us a lot of details. The main games give you a good timeline. I am unsure of what message you're giving me, but I understand the go off king part and the part not of them not being futile. So yes, of course I shall. So the timeline is that Kinso at some point did have an actual Beatrice. Definitely not his wife. It was some mistress that he had. If she was if she was just a servant that he fell in love with, I really like that. That idea that he fell in love with a servant, because it would be a nice thematic callback to George and Jessica falling in love with servants as well. But yeah, either the mistress was a servant that he fell in love with, or an actual billionaire lady that actually did give him all the money, or just some random woman. Noble or peasant or whatever, doesn't matter. Just he had at some point an actual Beatrice. This Beatrice died somehow. I would like to think that she did commit suicide by her own hand, no help from any other people. She committed suicide because Kinso's overbearing quote-unquote love was too much, and she committed suicide. Either at this point she had a child with Kinso or not, doesn't matter. I'd like to think that it was her child, but either way, what mattered is that there was another miniature Beatrice in the world now. Either it was the biological child of the original Beatrice, or Kinso, using his orphanage program, just abducted a child from there. Either way, let me think. Okay, that's not really need for thinking. I don't need to make it this clean. Just original Beatrice died. This made Kinso want to create another Beatrice to fill in the void that he has in his heart now, in his soul. So he got a child to groom as the new Beatrice. This child is the one that Rosa... Okay. Either this child is the one that Rosa met, or there's been more than just the one that Rosa met. What I'm trying to say here is that Kinso had an army of Beatrices, because he was so obsessed with finding his Beatrice again, that he used his orphanage program to groom countless children into becoming Beatrice. So either he didn't see them as fit at some point, he just looked at them and was like, you are no Beatrice, and either got them killed or turned them into servants or just abandoned them, or at some point, just like the original Beatrice, these new Beatrices killed themselves because of how terrible of a man Kinso was, or they just died from natural causes. Who knows? Not because of getting old, but like the Beatrice that Rosa saw that fell into the rocks, stuff like that. Either way, what matters is that he went through countless number of Beatrices because they kept dying or being discarded by Kinso. One of these Beatrices was the one that Rosa saw, and that's why Rosa saw one die, and why this Beatrice was so different than the one we are talking to, because it was legit just a different person. And that's why it can be explained that she died, because there's been countless Beatrices. Kinso has literally used Kuwadorian as a grooming and breeding, it's just gross to say that, ground for him to find his quote-unquote one true love again, because he's insane and he sees it as alchemy. He sees it as alchemy and as summoning. He doesn't see it as grabbing random children from the orphanage to... No, I know Kuwadorian is not the orphanage. The orphanage is someplace else. I just mean that he takes children from the orphanage and grooms them in Kuwadorian. And Kuwadorian is where he raises his Beatrices, but that's not the orphanage. Don't worry. Either way, he sees it as summoning or as alchemy to create these new Beatrices. Either he sees it as summoning witches, like literally like trying to summon Beatrice again, And every time he doesn't see the Beatrice as the perfect candidate, he sees it as a failed summoning, and he's gotta study more. Or he sees it at alchemy, like our Beatrice told us that, like, they're homunculus that he raises to hopefully become Beatrice, and whenever he sees them as not fit, it's just a failed alchemy. He's gotta study more. You know, everything can be explained through non-magical terms. He sees it through magical eyes, but nothing is magical. Now, where am I going with this? Okay, yada 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 yada. Right, the big one. The one that so that's like, there's two parts to this. Part one is that he uses Kubadorian to groom children from the orphanage to become Beatrice, and well, actually there's three parts to this. To become Beatrice, and whenever he doesn't see them as fit to become Beatrice, he either kills them or abandons them, or at some point they kill themselves. Second part. Doesn't really matter, because this one, so I did create an entire timeline, like for every murder and such. It's just that all that doesn't matter, and I don't want to talk about it yet, because I just want to focus on Kubadorian right now. That's all I wanted to say, because in case episode 4 comments on Kubadorian. But the second part had to do with yeah, don't worry about that now, for sure. It's just part of this. The second part to this spiel was about episode 2, and about how I suspect Shannon to be responsible for the episode 2 murders, and how I said, and I forgot what this proved it, but like throughout the entirety of episode 2, I said that the Beatrice that we saw in episode 2, the one in the suit and in the short skirt, that was Shannon disguised as Beatrice, because they were the only ones who talked to each other. No one else really saw the 19th visitor except for Shannon. Shannon was the only one that talked face to face with the 19th visitor, and that's why I suspected her. At some point, someone else also saw the 19th visitor, and that's when I dropped the theory. But I wanted to bring it up anyways, and it won't matter until I actually give the whole timeline. But I just wanted to say that because of that, I suspect Shannon to be a failed groomie of Kinso. Shannon was one of the children that he got from the orphanage. We know that already. But since the thing that I said about how he gets children from the orphanage to groom as Beatrice, he got Shannon from the orphanage and raised her to be Beatrice, but she wasn't fit to become Beatrice, and that's when he just abandoned her and put her as just a normal servant. That's why earlier I was saying how one of the options whenever a child is not fit to become a Beatrice is to become a servant. I was talking about Shannon. So I think Shannon might have been a failed groomie of Kinso. And that's why she can pass as Beatrice in episode 2. Because she was literally groomed to be a Beatrice. But that one, I gotta replay or reread or whatever. Just remember episode 2 more, because I don't remember who else talked to the 19th visitor. So that one definitely put on hold. I just wanted to say it to keep it in writing. Now, third part. All this spiel leads to then who in the world is our Beatrice, the one that we are fighting with. No clue. Like, essentially is just another groomie of Kinso, one that managed to escape, I assume, and now has come back to the island to get her revenge and to avenge all the women who has suffered at the hands of Kinso's grooming empire. So that's what I have for our Beatrice. Like, who is she doesn't really matter. Who she is, she's just gonna be a person with a name that we haven't heard of before, and like, it's not like, OMG, our Beatrice was Shannon the whole time, or our Beatrice was Kyrie the whole time. No, it's not going to be any twist like that. Our Beatriz is just going to be her own person. She has an actual name, but it's not a twist. The twist is going to be that our Beatriz is more so the concept of every woman who suffered at the hands of Kinso. She is all the Beatrizes together. And that's why also, that's the whole thematic of passing on the name of Beatriz and becoming the endless witch and stuff. That's what Kinso constantly did to all the women. He kept like, okay, you're Beatriz. Oh, you're a bit too skinny. Never mind, get out of here. You're now Lamon, the new servant. Okay, new child, you are Beatriz now, like that, right? So that's where that whole thing of passing on the name comes from. So our Beatriz definitely will be important. She's definitely her own character. I don't think she's, maybe she isn't her own character and she is just the concept of all the dead women. But I think she is her own character. She is her own person, and she is a person that does really exist in the island. But she is just one of the countless women who suffered, and she is the only one that managed to escape and not be captured again, and has come back to get revenge and to avenge all the women that suffered in Kuadorian. What else was I had something else to say. Nope, I think that's it. So yeah. And that's why Beatriz told the story of the Beatriz that fell with Rosa very sadly. Well, she wasn't the one that was telling it. Rosa was telling it, but whenever our Beatriz commented on it, she was like a little bit somber about it. Because it is sad to our Beatriz, because it wasn't her. It's just there was this other woman before me that gruesomely died because she didn't know about the world, because Kinso is such a terrible monster, and I am going to make this whole family pay, but especially Kinso. And I think I'm done. So that is my little sneak peek into the timeline of Umineko for me. That Kinso is literally Jeffrey Epstein, and at some point he fell in love with a Beatriz. She died, doesn't matter how, she died, and that made him mad, and he started an enterprise of trying to find his new Beatriz. That's it. No need to over-explain, even though I just did. I don't think you can say that, Ruby. So yeah, write it down. That's all I can say. So yeah, because of that thought I just had right now, I've been terrified to keep playing, because I like that story a lot. It makes sense to me, and I don't want to hear it be proven wrong. And second, I also don't want to hear it being proven right, because it is so disgustingly dark. Like, I'm sorry for being the way I am, but I already loved Kinso, right? But in a way, it's going to make me like Kinso more. Like, obviously, terrible. He's like, please die, go be damned to hell immediately. Please. But I love evil characters. I love villains, and I have spent the entire... Shut up! What are you guys doing? Okay, I have spent the whole game begging on my knees and crying and saying, please let Kinso be this evil mastermind I see him as. Just let him be terrible, because I love villains, I love masterminds, right? And this story I have weaved in my mind is just that. It makes him into even worse than I could have imagined, an even worse person than I could have imagined. And I love that. I'm going to be the only Kinso fan ever, and I understand why nobody wants to say they're fans of Kinso, if I'm correct, right? But that's all. That's why I'm scared. No, there's no good outcome. That is why I'm scared. Among everything else. And it's just like, dude, imagine how awful the whole family is going to feel that was going on under their noses the whole time. It explains why our Beatriz doesn't understand what love is, and doesn't see love as a precious, cherished thing, because love is what made countless women suffer. Kinso's twisted love is what killed who knows how many women, right? So of course our Beatriz could never see love as a sweet thing. For our Beatriz, love is the instrument of death. And that is such a good story to tell. Oh man. I'm excited and I'm scared. But I think I'm done. I can continue playing now. I just wanted to say that now. And yeah, let's see how terribly episode 4 ruins that theory. We got the goat of suicide. Now prepare for the goat of grooming. No, I just thought of something. The idea came to me of saying, we know where George got it from then, I guess. If you watch Utena, you would have known everything right now. He's right, you know. Can we get some laughs in the room full? I think you can get out of here. Okay, we're playing the game now. We're playing the game. Let me drink water. I got too into that explanation. I'm so scared. In a way, the whole George thing, the entire George and Shannon thing is getting, like, I'm getting it. It's getting scarier. Because yeah, it just came to me. George is literally doing what Kinso did. If I'm right that Kinso's first Beatriz was a servant, then, you know, George falling in love with a servant. It's thematic, not thematic, it's a parallel. And second, if Shannon was a failed Beatriz, then she's going through it twice. First with Kinso and now with George. I hope that instead of saying that George has Kinso genes in him, they're saying that Shannon gets to experience actual pure it sucks. Like, why did Ryokishi do that? But in a way, I guess they're saying that Shannon is experiencing pure love this time around, and that's why she is breaking free from the Beatriz curse. And like the whole episode 2, or was it 3? I forget. The one where they used, where it was 2, where Shannon talked back to Beatriz like, I no longer accept you, you're garbage, and all that, right? It was like a thematic way of saying that Shannon is truly breaking free from moving on from Kinso's grooming and becoming her own person and discarding every shard of Beatriz in her, because now she has experienced what true love is, and she doesn't have the stain that our Beatriz has, that love is an evil, twisted thing because of Kinso. She has seen what true love is now with George, and now that's why our Shannon can cast off the Beatriz in her, if that makes any sense. Also, another point for Dark is the fact that she has the one-winged eagle tattooed on her thigh, Shannon. Like, that's gross. That's gross if Kinso did that to her. Like, literal branding. Hell no. Gosh. Also, I forgot that was like another reasoning why I thought the 19th Visitor was Shannon, because the 19th Visitor also had the thigh branding. Did she? I forget. Anyways. Yeah. Lots of grossness, dark stuff going on. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop thinking forever now. Let's play. In short, if you keep remembering yada. Oh, and also about... Shut up! Okay, about this. Yeah, I really hope that Kinso is not dead this whole time. That would be terrible for this entire story I just spinned. If he really is dead this whole time, I'm going to say that he's dead just for episode 4. And he was alive for episode 1, 2, and 3. But you're hiding that because you don't want the inheritance to be distributed. Gross stuff on this Umineko.
Ridiculous.
That is correct. This is worse than ridiculous. I have never heard such an insult. I'd even be possible for us to check by force whether he's alive or dead with the police there to witness it. Isn't that right, Evanes-san? Yes. That's right, Mii-san. There are all sorts of ways we could set you up. We could easily arrange for a situation where you have to hold a meeting with father under the superstition of a third party. Still, I think that would bring a lot of shame to the Ushirimiya family. That's why I'm making this proposal. Here we have the responsibilities and duties of the caretaker, and a penalty in the worst case scenario. If you consent to those terms, we'll be able to refrain from doing something like dragging father outside.
Yeah, that's right, Aniki. Didn't you just say it yourself? You're carrying out your natural duties as dad's caretaker.
Uifo reached strongly that this yap. Uifo reacted strongly to this yap. Good job for feeding us. You're welcome, I guess. I'm glad to hear that. That makes me happy. That makes me real happy. It's so scary. I don't like that. Look, I'm not a pessimist, but I'm not an optimist about myself. So whenever you say that, I just think you're all... Yeah, exactly. Whenever you say that, I just think you're all making fun of me, and I'm just wrong. Right? So, I hope you slip tonight. Reacted strongly as in we all got strong. Okay, so I said a bunch of nonsense. Cool.
Heidi's condition shouldn't be anything to worry about, right? Why this overreaction? Are you really that worried about having the position of successor dragged out from under you if dad dies something other than a natural death?
Or else what? Do you have some reason to think father might die something other than a natural death? Just a random thought came to me. I didn't talk about Kanon at all. I just he's just a servant. But it's the name that I thought about. All the ones with pseudonyms and the on character, that means that they were from the orphanage, right? Like Genji, Goda, and Kurosawa were not from the orphanage. They were actual hired servants. Shannon and Kanon, anyone with the on, are from the orphanage. So, two things. Either Kinso just actually gets... What does bro even do? Either Kinso, just gets children from the orphanage. Okay, so, two things. Either he gets girls from the orphanage to groom as Beatrices, and he gets boys from the orphanage to groom as servants, or he only gets girls from the orphanage. So why would he get a boy? Because I didn't think about that. If he uses the orphanage just as Beatrice grooming grounds, then he would only get girls, not boys. So it has to be the first option, I guess. I mean, he has to put up the front, right? People can't just see girls going missing from the orphanage. It's it's not like they all become servants. Some of them die, like I said. So, he gets a girl from the orphanage, and that girl never shows up in the manor as a servant. People are gonna get suspicious. So I guess he also gets boys from the orphanage to not even try to groom and just put as servants, so that to keep up appearances, so nobody suspects anything. I guess. Weird.
Oh, could I? I see. Now I should understand how father feels. How pitiful his later years have been for him, unable even to die as he pleases.
Yes, his later years really have been pitiful. And the thought that these later years are already something of the past is exactly what we're suspecting. You could completely clear the suspicion away just by letting us meet with Father. So even after being humiliated by us this much, you still won't allow us to meet with him, Krasny-san? Father is probably already dead. The corpse may have been disposed of in absolute secrecy. And after taking all of his wealth for yourself as Father's agent, you will make it seem that he disappeared until 7 years passed, making Father a corpulent member of the deceased. I'm sorry, but please don't take it badly, okay? I'm just playing detective here. How rude can one be? You have no right to stay in this mansion. Leave immediately! I won't permit you to cross the threshold of this house again! It worked last year, but you've used up your luck if you thought it would work this year too. Father is in a bad mood, so he can't meet with us. That was plenty suspicious last year, and yet you're doing it again. If you really wanted to fake being Father's agent and grab up all his assets, you should have done it a little more speedily. Making him disappear without wanting for today's family conference. You really are naive, Kurasoni-san. Oni-sama?
I have no idea what you are.
However, if it is a fact that Father is in a bad mood, and you're preventing us from meeting him as part of your responsibilities as his caretaker, then it is a very wonderful thing you're doing. In that case, if you just accept our conditions, everything will be settled here and now. After all, you care so greatly for Father, Krasny-san. There's no way Father will die in a manner that leads to trouble during the autopsy. After all, Father hates hospitals, so he'll pass away in a study, right? An autopsy will certainly be carried out no matter what happens. The only way to kill him without an autopsy would be for him to disappear. Enough, Kairi-san. I think you're bullied me-san enough. Eva rebuked Kairi in a sickeningly kind voice. One sec. There you go. Considering the situation, that was impossible. Which is why it was sickening. I'm sure Nisan has his own difficulties to worry about as well as his pride. True, Nisan might consider that one of his natural duties, but if you force him to put it on paper and assign penalties, I could hardly blame him for getting upset. Don't you agree, Rosa? Yes, that's right. She might have made light of Krasny-san's pride as the eldest son a little too much. I'd feel bad for him if we were to force him to sign a statement regarding the duties of the caretaker as Kairi-san has laid them out.
That's right. You're doing a good job, Aniki. Taking that into account, we might consider avoiding all that about signing strange papers and worst-case penalties, and leave everything to you. You people.
Not just Eva, but Rudolph and Rosa as well were, with unnerving smiles on their faces as though they planned this beforehand, began closing in on Kraus. They now understood perfectly how Kairi had cornered Kraus and exactly where she was prepared to compromise. We were talking about a signed statement regarding the responsibilities of the caretaker, but even without signing such a thing, you can make it so that there will never be a demand, and we will never demand meeting with Father again. If you can prove your fitness as Father's caretaker with a form of guarantee other than a signed statement, that is.
Are you telling me to pay security money? Hilarious!
The security money will be paid to Eva-san, Rudolph-san, and Rosa-san, 3 billion yen each. As a deposit, you would transfer 10% of that, 300 million yen, before the year is out.
9 billion? I don't have that kind of money!
After Father passes away, you should be able to work it out. We've managed to investigate at least that far. You should be able to handle the deposit of 900 million yen in your current financial situation. And it should even be possible for you to borrow it from Father, right? There's no need for obvious charades anymore.
How unpleasant. Truly unpleasant.
Isn't that? It isn't that! Even just the discussion of Father's inheritance was far too disrespectful. Father is already dead. My husband is hiding that and keeping all of the money for himself. I have enough of this. None of you are qualified to bear the name Ushirimiya any longer.
Calm down, Natsui-san. We all said all we need to. Why don't we leave it at that for now? This is happening all of a sudden on a massive scale. We might even be getting agitated ourselves. Why don't we take a break for a while and cool our heads? Klaus Nissan probably needs a little time himself, but our Klaus Nissan time. And why would I need something like that? Don't worry, we aren't thinking of anything shady. We're just so eager to see father that we started grumbling a bit. And Klaus and I know real well how you're dying to get back at us for the things we said. If you're willing to go so far, then you just need to let us be with him. Right? Isn't that right? You just get a bit stubborn and it felt awkward to say you let us see him after saying we couldn't all those times. Isn't that right? Right?
It certainly does seem that my husband has lost his composure slightly, just like the rest of you have. We were only refusing stubbornly out of respect for father's desire not to meet with anyone.
Indeed, that's right. It was turning into another sibling fight like the old days, and I started feeling stubborn as well. Let us cool our heads. I understand how much you'll want to meet with father. I will pass that on to him. And I'll find some way to convince father to meet with you. Will that do?
Yeah, I think it'll be okay to give Krausnison some time to persuade father.
Yep. We're counting on you, Aniki. Please persuade him to meet with us. After all, you're Dad's caretaker.
As for the persuading him, let's set a limit on it to sometime tonight, okay? When tomorrow comes, we'll confirm father's well-being, even if we have to break down the door to his study. You have no problems with that, I take it. Nissan.
Do as you like. I see. It seems even the time I've been given to persuade him is short. Let us go, Natsume. We shall ask him to join us for dinner at least.
Right! Kraus left the parlor with Natsume. Once their footsteps disappeared, Hideyoshi took a deep breath, smirking and flopping onto the sofa.
Kairi-san, you're a frightening person.
Sorry for speaking out of turn. I apologize.
No. You didn't corner him like we originally planned, but in the end, this was even better. Just like always, I gotta bow my head to you.
But can he really prepare 900 million? I believe we estimated that 550 million would be the most Kraus-Nissan could afford with his current financial situation. Isn't 900 million gouging him too much? If he can't do it, that's fine too. If we do something like lowering it to 750 million to Kraus-Nissan, so Kraus-Nissan can save face, I don't like the word compromising, and it'll be easier to settle, right? And if he really does come out with 900 million, that's even better. Nissan is probably having a strategy meeting with Natsui-san about now. It really will be interesting to see what kind of twisted logic or put-out Nissan comes up with it as an excuse. Convince father? There's no way he can. There's no way to convince someone who isn't even there. Gulp. I'm scared.
The assemblies have all come despite the various circumstances for the annual family conference.
Kraus and Natsui could be seen in Kinsel's dimly lit study. Every once in a while, thunder could be heard and the dimly lit room flickered with light. It seemed that the island would be closed off by the storm very soon. Father, please, just this once, show these disrespectful people the majesty of the head! I want to cheer that he's alive, right? But with this game, I don't know. It could be his corpse talking or something, and they're both insane and imagining it. That's the whole story of Umineko, actually. There's been a gas leak in the mansion, and that's why everyone's going crazy and imagining magic and stuff.
It's useless.
the large shadow of a person standing by the window, his majestic black back facing them, answered quietly and forcefully. He hung his head and shook. Eventually, they could hear a mumbling laugh over his shoulder.
It's useless! It's all useless! 3 months left to live? An almost finished geezer? To whom exactly are you referring?
Ew! Why does he look like that?
You fools! Did you wander over here because your siblings threaten you? Know your shame!
As Kinzo turned and brushed his cape, it flashed forcefully through the room's stale air. The air pressure truly signified URYUU Kinzo's majesty and willpower itself. After being blown back by the wind, it wasn't strange that Kraus landed on his butt. As though showering consideration for Kraus, who looked as though his legs had been swept out from under him, Natsui also crouched down. Then, with a thunk, Kinzo's footsteps approached with the heft that signified his dignity.
Father? You fool! I heard from Kanon just how far that you pathetically let your siblings lead you around by the nose!
Father! My husband is doing the best to protect your honor! Without lending an ear to Natsui's words, Kinzo extended his palm to Kraus' collar as the latter sat on the floor. No, he curled his fingers, leaving only his pointed finger out, then took that finger and pressed hard into Kraus' collar, twisted it, and slowly, with one finger, picked Kraus up into the air. Okay, this is some hone doggy going on right now.
You really are a pathetic fool! You let your wife speak in your defense! If you have an excuse, get it yourself!
Kraus clawed at the air. Kinzo's brawny finger was choking him. He couldn't even open his mouth, much less talk. However, even if he had been able to open his mouth, as he was now, there was no way he'd be able to think up an excuse that Kinzo would accept. Still, how could this power be described? No one would call Kinzo an old man after seeing his superhuman strength. Father! My husband is fighting in his own way! Please forgive him!
Natsuki, fighting is a process you go through before winning. The process you go through before losing isn't called fighting. That's called being pathetic! You call this my successor?
As thunder roared, Kinzo laughed heartily as though nothing could be more pleasant. And when he finished laughing, he threw his son away like he was scrap paper, slamming him against the wall. Tia, are you okay? Kraus slid down the wall, rubbing his throat as though in pain. Natsui ran up to him and looked after him. But without showing any interest in the two of them, Kinzo returned to the space near the window as though he had been there the whole time and looked up at the thunderclouds of misfortune.
I thought I would have the regrets in my life. If only I could meet Beatrice. But it seems it won't go so smoothly. It was promised from the beginning that nothing received from the witch would remain. However, the URYUU name is not the property of the witch, who is fit to succeed the name. It seems that this alone must be resolved by mine own hand. Rejoice, Kraus! I have changed my mind. Father, so I have no desire to have dinner with you cowards. However, I will attend the family conference afterwards.
Father!
Beatrice.
Thank you very much!
There I shall make a great announcement regarding the succession of the head. I will resolve your foolish quarrel myself.
My. I don't know what to think. I got nothing. I got no despair in me or any joy in me about him being alive there. Because something's going on and I don't know what's going on. So we just leave it at that for now. I did too much thinking already. I will no longer think from now on, no matter what. 1 second. Forcefully opening the door with a clunk, Rosa flew in with Maria. Is Genji-san or anyone there? It doesn't matter who, bring us a bath towel! There was already a full-blown typhoon outside and it was starting to pour down hard. Even though she had an umbrella, Maria had been in the rose garden amid all that wind and rain the whole time. She had grown ice cold. One sec. Oh gosh, I can barely type because my hands are so cold. Sorry, I got an important DM. Okay, we're back. Maria got into a minor fight with Rosa in the rose garden and had been told to stay there. She had done as she was told and I continued to wait at that spot even though rain was pouring down. Rosa certainly had gotten a little emotional and angry, and Maria's stubborn whim was probably more to blame. The cousins who had seen that exchange were relieved to see that mother and child were close to each other once again. Rosa scrubbed Maria's head with a towel. She seemed overcome with worry that Maria had caught a cold, but Maria herself was nonchalant. She is so nonchalant! Oh my gosh, she's so tough. Are you okay? You didn't catch a cold, did you? Maybe we really should go back for now and get a change of clothes.
I'm just fine. More importantly, I'm hungry, so food's better than changing clothes.
She looks okay on Rosa. She's gotta be, she's that spirited. It's really good thing that she had an umbrella. I was thinking she might be soaked to the bone. The fact that she had an umbrella certainly is a silver lining.
But Maria, even if you have an umbrella, you've gotta get to shelter when it starts raining so hard, okay? Little girls definitely shouldn't let their bodies get cold. It's okay, Jessica-chan. It's Mama's fault for telling her to stay there. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm a good girl, right? I'm a good girl for doing what Mama said. I stayed there even though it was cold. Stayed there until Mama came.
Yes, you really are a good girl, Maria. You did exactly what Mama said. Very well done. But next time, even if Mama tells you to do something, find some shelter if it starts raining like that. Okay? Promise, Mama.
Promise, Mama.
As Rosa gently held Maria, they joined their pinkies together and promised. Butler and the others realized that by touching her mother's pinky, the warmth had started to return to Maria's body. Kanan-kun, thanks for the towel. That really helped. Then, if you'd excuse me. As Kanon bowed with a blank expression as though he'd done nothing that required gratitude, he left the parlor. Okay, it's already dinner time. Let's all go together. I'll even give Maria my dessert for being so good. Really, Mama? Let's get dessert. Love, Mama, love, Mama. Hey, Maria, don't jump around. Mama loves you too, Maria. Love, Maria, love, Maria. I love Mama too, love Mama. Rosa and Maria looked really close together. Even the cousins who watched started to feel a long-forgotten warmth fill up their chests. You know, that might be the age when you're on your best terms with your parents. It wasn't like that for me. Mom was always telling me to study, study, study. That's because they love their children. A parent's love isn't always gentle and indulgent. My mother was strict with me too, but now I realize that it was because she treasured me so. Love Mama, love Mama. Oh. Oh. Love Maria, love Maria. So, shall we get some food? Let's be friends and hold hands. Be friends and hold hands. Mama and me, friends, friends. Yes, that's right. Mama and Maria are friends. We'll always be like this. I love you, Maria. Uh-oh. What's going on all of a sudden? What's up? The sudden sound had come from the teacup Gretel had been holding, which had fallen and smashed. Sorry. I got careless. Sorry for dropping it. The cup on the floor had smashed to pieces. Would it really have made such a sound and smashed to pieces just by being dropped from that height? Even someone as thick-headed as Butler could realize that she was in a bad mood over something. But he couldn't understand why she had suddenly grown so displeased. When she made to bend over and pick up the fragments of the cup, Ronove appeared out of nowhere and stopped her. You will injure yourself. Leave the cleaning up to me. Shall I bring you another cup of black tea? I don't need it. I guess the demon's black tea just doesn't match my taste. Aww. To think there's something whose tastes aren't satisfied even by Ronove's tea. I must respect your discerning palate. I'm getting bored, so I'll go out for a second. Bored? Hey, wait a sec. This is where things start to get interesting. About now, Maria's probably going to say that she has an umbrella and a letter from Beatrice again, right? This is the essential part. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm counting on you to clean this up. Leave it to me. Rona brought me back. Without saying anything else, Gretel disappeared of her own accord. Her form literally melted and disappeared into thin air. There was definitely a displeased expression on her face. But neither Butler nor Ronove, and of course not Bat either, could understand why her mood had so suddenly worsened. All that remained was for the scent of the black tea she spilled. I don't like it. No, to be more blunt, it disgusts me.
Huh? Why are you so irritated, Angie?
Why, you say? Isn't it obvious?
Huh? I don't understand.
Even Maria One-chan, with the blank expression on her face, irritated me. As I held my palms up in the empty air, from out of nowhere, a single book landed on them. It was Maria One-chan's diary. Even though I didn't turn the pages were flipped through despite there being no wind, and the door to Maria One-chan's world opened.
Why do you think I'm not happy, Angie?
Think about it objectively.
By objectively, you mean from your viewpoint, right?
Are you trying to say that the truth is different from me and you, Maria One-chan?
Truth can change from its form depending on the observer, and observers from the future always overwrite that form. Angie, what are you trying to do to my happiness?
The pages of the diary were flipped through at greater and greater speeds. Then a brilliant light poured out from the depths of the diary, swallowing everything up and painting over everything with white.
Sorry, Maria. Mama has to take care of some urgent business that's piled up, so I need to stay holed up at the company for a while. I probably won't be able to come home until late at night and the day after tomorrow. Then, what about your promise to go to the movies with me on Sunday? The movies?
Judging by Rosa's tone, she had clearly forgotten that promise. But Maria's response was that it was an apology for asking.
Sorry.
Maria apologized for troubling her mother by asking that question.
I'll stay home. I'll definitely wait patiently. I'll take a bath every day and change my underwear. And I know where the money is. I'll go to a different store every day. I'll try not to go out too late. If a policeman asks, I'll say I'm running errands for Mama. I'll do what Mama says. Like Mama says.
That's right. You really are being a good girl. If you do that, I'll buy you a present. Okay? Go to bed by 9. You mustn't tell the teacher or any adults that Mama isn't coming home. Okay?
Yes. So, Mama, do your best work. Do your best. Finish your work and come back as soon as you can. I won't cry all night and annoy the neighbors anymore. So, come back quickly.
Well then, I'm busy, so I'll hang up. Be a good girl. And wait. Don't do anything you shouldn't. Goodbye. With a tone of finality in her voice, Rosa hung up the phone without waiting for Maria's answer. Maria politely set down the receiver and returned to the sofa. There sat the stuffed animal Sakutaro, with whom she'd been watching TV until 6 seconds ago. Sakutaro was holding the remote control to the TV. The TV had been turned off because of the phone call. He looked like he was telling her to push the switch because he wanted to watch TV again quickly.
Sakutaro, wanna watch TV? URYUU? You don't want to watch anymore, Maria? If the actors team gets all the questions right, they can still make a huge comeback. URYUU? No, that's enough TV. Again, Mama was busy with her work and didn't come home. Mama works so hard over time that she doesn't come home until late. Because she has dates or something, she always comes home late after drinking a lot of alcohol, even though she's not good at drinking. And with a pale face, she goes straight into the shower and then to bed. And because she has overtime even on the weekends or something, she says she has to spend the night there and almost never comes home. Recently, she started saying something about how she's got a big job she's working on, so this sort of thing happens a lot. The pictures I did my best on during drawing time were laughed at by everyone. But even so, I already showed them just to Mama. And once again, she won't be able to look at them for me. And I could talk about the time everyone pushed the job of cleaning up to me, but I did my best by myself and was praised by the teacher. Or the time I went shopping and the man at the shop said I'm always a good kid and gave me a free canned coffee. Then there was the time I wanted to encourage Mama because she worked so hard at her job and hid a card for her under the pillow. And there was a lot of other things I wanted to talk about. Mama's working really hard at her job. She's working with all of her strength so that she can eat every day. I hate her job. If only she just quit. Her job is an important thing for adults to do. It lets Maria eat, buys clothes, pays for school lunches, and pays for the deposit for summer camp. All that happens because Mama works with and earns money. I don't need food, don't need clothes, don't need school lunches, and don't want to go to summer camp. It's not like any other groups will let me join in. URYUU. Just now on the phone, Mama promised that she'd buy a present when she comes back from work, right? I think she made that promise because you're important to her, Maria. And she'll feel bad if she makes you lonely. You think so? URYUU! It definitely seems pain for her or annoying or anything. Mama also wants to be by your side all the time, Maria. It's also painful for her and sad for her since she can't do that. I remember when she spent the whole night by your side crying. Yeah, I didn't understand why she was crying, but she was so sad. And I couldn't do anything but stay silently by her side. I remember the last thing Mama said then. She said, "Thank you, Maria." She said that just by being by her side, you were her only ally in the world. URYUU, do you remember? Yeah, I'm her ally in the world. She said. Sakutara set the remote on the table and crawled up onto the sofa, sat on my lap, and spoke to me, gazing into my eyes. I'm sure Mama feels the same way you do, Maria. The designs Mama draws are the only ones laughed at by her clients. Only Mama's company has troublesome jobs pushed onto her by other companies. Mama is the president, so she has to take care of everything by herself. Only Mama's company never gets included in the business of other companies. Mama's only ally is Maria. If you tell her to start doing her job, where in the world could she find an ally? Sakutaro, the only person I have in the world is Maria. The only person Mama has in the world is Maria. What about you, Maria? Oh, I've got Mama, and I've got you too, Sakutaro. So Maria isn't lonely at all. How do you? Since Mama's busy with her work, she can't be together with you very often. But please, don't blame her for that, Maria. In exchange, I'll always be there. We'll be by your side forever. So don't cry, okay? What do you? Can't your sadness be stopped if I'm with you? Sakutaro? From the corner of Maria's heart, which had been doing her best to seal up, drops of sadness finally dripped down. Drip, drip, drop, drop. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Even though weekends when Mama didn't come home weren't that rare a thing, it wasn't as though that night was particularly painful or sad compared to other nights. And yet, Maria's tears poured down. URYUU? Maria, don't cry. I'll always be with you. Even if you cry, Maria, I won't. I'm a lion cub, so I won't cry even if I'm lonely. Even though I want to cry too, I won't. Why would you cry, Sakutaro? Even though you're so sad and you can't hold back the tears, you won't cry. URYUU, but if I cry, it won't make you feel better. So I won't. After all, I want to get your spirits up. If I get my spirits up, will Mama come back? When Mama comes back, if she's welcomed by a happy Maria, I'm sure she'll be happy. URYUU. Mama, we'll be happy. URYUU, if you do that, then I'm sure her fatigue from work will also be healed. Then I'm sure she'll start feeling better sooner, and we'll play with you a lot. When you come home and Mama's waiting for you there, and she's in the kitchen in high spirits, don't you feel really happy? I'm sure Mama feels the same way. So, if I watch over the house in high spirits, Mama will be happy too. URYUU!
Sakutaro nodded deeply with his big head. The tears couldn't keep falling from Maria's eyes. If she greeted Mama with a tear-stained face, Mama would probably get sad too.
You know about it, Maria. You can use the magic that creates smiles if you aren't smiling too. Yeah, I know. So, I won't cry anymore. Hey, Maria, I have a nice idea for how to have a fun time. How do you want to hear it? What? Mama won't come home until late night Sunday. So, let's have a pajama party and keep it a secret from Mama. A pajama party? Once we get tired from late tonight, eat candy and drink soda in bed and play with me. A pajama party? Yeah, that sounds fun. I don't have to go to bed at 9, right? Mama won't get mad if I don't sleep. This is a secret between you and me, only for when Mama isn't around. So tonight, until you get sleepy, let's have fun the whole time. Let's eat jelly beans and try to guess what color we'll get next. Let's split open peanuts and try to guess which half is the grandpa. Let's search for treasure in the closet, and more and more. I wonder what it will taste like if we mix cola and melon soda. Ooh, I would have tried it once, but Mama said if it was okay, and she... But asked Mama if she was okay, and she got mad. URYUU! Let's keep it a secret from Mama and try it out. Tonight, let's play a lot and laugh a lot and blow away our tears with happiness. Don't worry, I'll definitely be fun if I'm here. I'll definitely make you happy, Maria. Yeah! It'll definitely be fun if Sakutaro is there. I'll definitely be happy. Thank you, Sakutaro. I won't cry anymore. Let's play a weekend, get a happier weekend, and say welcome back when Mama gets home. URYUU! Tonight, let's play a lot and feel a lot better. Let's have the kind of secret party we can only have when Mama isn't here. If we're nosy enough, I'm sure plenty of your friends will come to play from the land of the looking glass in Wonderland. Then we'll have so many friends that we won't be able to get bored. URYUU! URYUU!
Then Maria began her pajama party all alone with Sakutaro, having fun until late into the night. She played by sticking her hand into the big bag of jelly beans without looking, trying to guess which color she'll pull next. Sakutaro had good intuition and got it right a lot. Maria also had a brilliant streak where she guessed right 4 times in a row. The game where she split peanuts open and tried to guess which one was the grandpa was easier than guessing the color of the jelly beans, so she got it right a lot. Sucking her salt-colored fingers wasn't polite, but that was the yummiest part. She liked both cola and melon soda on their own. She hoped that by mixing her 2 favorite drinks, there might be a flash of light like alchemy, and a new drink that no one had ever tasted before would be created. She got excited about how, if it turned out really delicious, she'd call it Sakutaro soda and sell it. But unexpectedly, it had a weird taste that she really didn't hope for, and the color was somewhat dull and thick. Maybe I shouldn't have been surprised that black and green mixed together would make this.
Too bad. I imagine it'll become a sparkling pineapple color. But it was an awesome, incredible fun night. If it was this fun here, maybe Mama will feel like coming back home and drop by out of the blue. So, I got the feeling that Mama might suddenly come home and went to the front door many times to check. But there was no way Mama would be able to come home where she was too busy at work. But rather than a feeling of loneliness, I felt just a little disappointed that Mama couldn't join in on this fun late night party. Sometimes soon, I'll do this when Mama is around and let her join in. Mama likes some things I don't think are yummy. So maybe she really likes Sakutaro soda. When Mama comes back, tired, I'll serve her some. And more than anything, I want to at least write about the fun night in the letter and tell Mama about it, so that these feelings of happiness will reach Mama too. Her work is always so tough, and when she comes back home so tired, so I hope I can share this happiness with her. Mama will almost certainly come home tired late Sunday night. And I hope I can brighten her day, even just a little, by sharing this happiness. I gently placed the letter on Mama's desk. To Mama, good job with your work again today. Let me share my happiness with you. From Maria.
One second.
Back. Then I decided to give a present to Sakataro for promising this wonderful party. Proposing. It was a small red muffler I found when searching for treasure in the closet. When I was still very young, Mama knitted this tiny thing. Maria was embroidered on it with knitting wool. I slowly wrapped that muffler around Sakataro. It really suited him, as scented his yellow with red very well. Oh, URYUU, does it look good on me?
Sakataro looked embarrassed as
He wore his very first present. Yeah, it really looks good on him. Ooh, Sakataro, thank you so much for everything. It was so fun tonight. I can't even remember why I was crying. Let's be together from now on. And let's always play and laugh together. URYUU, love you, Maria. Me too. Love you, Sakataro.
After playing so widely, Maria's room was a mess. Maybe she played a little too much.
But I'm tired today, so let's sleep together. And tomorrow, we'll clean up together, and I welcome Mama with a clean room. Alright, Sakataro? URYUU. See? We are so happy, right?
Is this your happiness, Mariana-chan?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Even though you were looking forward to that movie so much, and Aunt Rosa promised that she'll definitely take you, she completely forgot.
She just happened to forget because she was so busy with work. Even if she'd remembered with her work, there'd be nothing she could do. Whether she remembered or not, Mama would have spent the night at work. She couldn't get to the movies. Whether she remembered or not is a minor issue.
There's no way that's a minor issue. After all, when Aunt Rosa answered movie on the phone, it was obvious that she completely forgot her promise. And when she heard that Maria One-chan's mood definitely darkened, well, like you say, even if Aunt Rosa had remembered her promise, you wouldn't have been able to go to the movies in the end. But even so, to think that your mother just forgot her promise to spend one of her few days off with you, it's sad. I'd be mad.
Yeah, it was sad. Because even if she had remembered, we wouldn't have been able to go to the movies. But after that, I had a very fun night with Sakataro. You might have thought the pajama party looked really fun too, Angie.
There's no way that would be fun. I mean, all that messing around you did that night was just intentionally making a big fuss about nothing. Also, you could forget that you were really lonely and that your mother wasn't coming home.
That's not true. I really did have a fun party with Sakataro.
No, that's wrong! You were just sad, and you hated your mother so much for forgetting her promise that you made a mess of your room!
There was something like that ever written in my diary? It isn't written anywhere! But by reading the gaps between every line, I can understand your feelings. You didn't have a good time at all that evening. And you stayed up late when you were told not to, broke the strict rule about eating sweets outside of snack time, and when even that didn't bury your sadness, you went wild in your room and made a mess of it, right? And after you made a mess of your room and we're all tired out, all you did was claw on the bedsheets and cry yourself to sleep, right? The diary does say that Mama probably forgot her promise about the movie. And then I stayed up late having a pajama party with Sakutaru and made a mess of my room searching for treasure. Yes! And this is what it means! You were starving for Androsa's love, Mariana-chan! And Androsa always put on her work and her public image first, always keeping you on the back burner! And that's what disgusts me, because I know just how superficial Androsa's words of love for you were. You should realize this yourself. So, how can you say you're happy despite that? I don't understand that part of you, Mariana-chan. Even at my age, I can't understand it at all. Why aren't you sad? Why is it that you can experience a reality filled with misfortune and call yourself happy? I can't do it. I can't understand it. You're a sad kid, Angie. I don't get it. Why are you pitying me? Even though a fact about a really fun pajama party is written about in my diary, it's the same fact is observed by different people, and it's a different form. I remember talking about something like this with Bernkastel. Truth is unfixed and changes its form every time it's witnessed. By the way it's received, in other words, depending on the person who perceives it, a single truth becomes different truths. And truths of the past are painted over by truths of the future. In this diary, I wrote that what happened that night was very, very fun. You described the events of that night as something very happy. And yet, when you write the diary, the events of the night seem very, very sad. Even though you describe it as a happy scene, I read between the lines and realized that that wasn't true. Stop it. This tells of a happy night. This is the truth of that night. Please, don't take this happy truth and paint over it with a new different truth. Are you happy with this, Mariana-chan? Yes, I'm happy. That's why I would feel sad for you, since you wouldn't be able to feel happiness in a similar situation. Right now, I'm like she was then, just isolated with no friends. Angie has accepted her isolated reality for what it was. But Maria painted over her isolated reality with a reality of happiness. Ushirami and Maria took a sad path and changed it into happiness. That was the only and yet very large difference between me and Maria One-chan. And even though I'm unable to accept it, I'm also jealous of that power. Yes, that's right. This is power. I was able to find happiness with that power. Because you don't have that power, you can't find happiness, Angie. What is that power? I didn't know what to call that power either. Not at this point in time, at least. Eventually, I was taught its true form. I'll talk about it later. On the next page. So then, late Sunday night, Mama came back with a present, just like she promised.
Before we continue, that was really nice. Because I felt like I was being talked to. First off, let me put it on screen again. Sorry, Rubito Beto. This part that, depending on the person who perceives it, a single truth becomes different truths. I like that a lot because I feel like it's talking to me and how I will probably end up with a very different view of the game. Perhaps. so it feels a bit validating. And second, it also speaks to me of the fact of how the whole Maria painting over her truth and Maria asking us not to paint over the truth with sadness. I think that has to do with the whole magic business and how it's better to believe in magic and have a happier ending than to paint over that truth with my truth. But I'm sorry, Maria. I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I'm back. Mama! Welcome home! Who are you? Mama came back! Mama came back! Waiting to greet Rosa as she returned home all tired out, was Maria in an unbelievably good mood holding Sakutaru. Most likely, Rosa's worn-out expression was partly because she really was tired, but partly because it would be a pain when Maria, who should have been grumbling after staying home alone for several days, would cling to her sobbing. However, when she was woken by an unbelievably happy Maria, and found that her fears were unbelievably needless, Rosa couldn't hide her surprise. What's going on, Maria?
Wait, I'm gonna do some thinking. I just... Have you considered not typing in Umineko ever? Okay, I was about to say... I'm just trying to find a way that I can end the game really liking Rosa. I want to find the good in her so bad. I really want to believe that she's a good person, just... I'm being a misogynist. I guess those two don't get my comment on how much I love Umineko then. No, I'm sorry, Yos. I'm sorry, Sems. I'm sorry. I didn't know that would happen. Umineko and misogyny. How could this happen? I was saying that I'm being a misogynist because this is a... This is a I don't think Phoenix is here, but I still don't want to spoil Homestuck. But no. She is. There's a Homestuck reference, is what I'm trying to say. There is a male character in Homestuck that is a terrible parent, but because I can see the terrible shut up! Because I can see the terrible circumstances they were brought up in, I really like them as a character. They literally are my favorite character in the comic. And because I can understand why they are the way they are, it makes me like them more because it makes them more interesting, despite never ever defending them for their actions. Like, there they are. I'm just like, oh, you know, there was a bad position in life, so he had to beat up his child. You know, he just had to do that, right? He had no option. He had to smack his child around. I mean, what can he? No. Like, that's horrible. It's layered, and I like that. And I want to feel like that towards Rosa as well. I just want to realize the situation she was raised in and how badly it affected her in such a profound way that it's become a mental illness of sorts. She literally cannot help herself but to care more about the money, self-image, because of how much she just wants to leave this family. She just couldn't give less of a crap about this family, unlike Eva. She just wants the money and leave. She hates everyone. She just wants never to think about it again. And that has been ingrained so much into her soul that it makes her act in terrible ways. She really, really, really does love Maria more than she can explain, but unfortunately her trauma and hatred of her family, she doesn't care about that more, but her mind cares about that more because of something she cannot help. It's just been thoroughly ingrained into who she is as a person, and it's terrible and it's awful. And I think I like that a lot because thinking on she doesn't have internet, yeah. Because thinking of the ending of episode 2, how she truly cared about the gold more than anything. Most people, I think, would say, well, there was no choice. It was like the end, and so because it was the end and everything went bad during that fight with the goats, it wasn't her choice to drop the gold. It just happened that she dropped the gold and took Maria. But no, I think the meaning of episode 2, the ending of episode 2, was that at the end of everything, in the final decision between her trauma or her child, she picked her child and protected her until the last moment. And that is the one little glimmer of Rosa's true character shown to us. Is just, despite how badly she wishes she could show that side more and how much she truly means it, is so thoroughly encased by truly 10 million layers of trauma and hatred that it is physically and mentally impossible for her to let that part of her out willingly. And I think that's fascinating. I think that's really well. That's just incredible writing and just awesome to look at and study, and I like that a lot. And I think I'm beginning to like Rosa a lot, and I hope I can end the game liking her a lot more. Because at the end of the day, you look at all the adults, and I'm sure we'll learn more later, but Rosa's the one that has the absolute worst. Like, Eva and Hideyoshi are the happiest couple in here. And they have a business. Like, yeah, Hideyoshi is messing up, but it's still a really good business. Natsuhi and Kraus, you know, the whole Ushinomiya head stuff is pretty bad, but there's everything is Krause's fault. Everything is Krause's fault for everything going wrong in his life. And if he wasn't so stupid, he would be a gazillionaire with no issues in life ever. And Rudolph, you know, he doesn't get along the best with Battler, but it's still like they're chill. They're chill. He has another child that he loves, Angie. He has a good company, a good wife. It's, if anything, I think Rudolph has it the best. And then you have Rosa, husband gone, can't find another husband, company despite trying so hard to make it work and genuinely doing her best to make designs for clothing and stuff, is failing because she wasn't meant for this, you know. She needs help and none of her bum-ass siblings or parents are gonna help her. And if anything, she probably wouldn't accept the help of Breaking Bad situation. She wouldn't accept the help because she hates them. And just to make ends meet, she has to, you know, her other side job. Single mother, autistic child, not a bad thing, but it's just, you know, another pressure added on. Come on, right? Come on. Like, she's... Yeah. No excusing what she does. She's a terrible person. But you get it. You get it. And it makes her interesting. And oh gosh. I think I really like Rosa now. Oh no. I hope she can get a semblance of a good ending. I hope all those 10 million layers of terribleness can get slowly chipped away from her soul. Hey, I think Ryukishi is really good at writing women. I spent like multiple essays looking into Eva, Rosa, and Natsu. I was gonna type something goated, but thought, okay, what if I type my turn it again? Crypto investors. Bum ass. Oh, Ruby, okay, I understand. Let me answer our DM and I'll check what happened. Alright. What's going on, Maria? You're in a great mood. Is someone there? It was strange enough to make Rosa think that a friend had come over and that she'd come home right when they were having a good time playing together. But there was no other shoes by the entrance. Even though Maria was in such high spirits, she had been home alone. At first, Rosa was suspicious that the cause of this unexpected good mood could be nothing good. But that really wasn't needless here, and in any event, Maria really had been in a good mood while she watched over the house. Even if Rosa's heart had been as cold and hard as a rock, after being welcomed with a smile like this, Rosa started to honestly accept that smile, and a smile rose to her own face automatically. You know, I gotta get better at drawing. Gotta keep drawing more. It's just I don't got time, but I gotta keep drawing more so I can make a drawing of Bro Strider and Maria together. Not Maria, Rosa and Bro Strider. In that smile, you can no longer see any of the wariness of someone who had been unable to return home for several days. Maria kept talking about what fun time she had playing with her stuffed animal Sakutaro. Rosa really hadn't imagined that this stuffed animal she herself had given would be so appreciated, and she couldn't hide her pleased surprise. I see. So you spent the time together with Sakutaro. Well done, Maria. Here's a present for Maria and Sakutaro for being so good.
URYUU! A present! A present! What is it? What is it?
Both Maria and Sakutaro started jumping around. There were two presents. One contained an assortment of Western sweets. Ooh! Inside was a Scotch cake. It looked to be of very high quality. But Maria was more interested in the other one. The other one was an even bigger box, and it was pretty heavy. Go ahead and open it. They might become new friends for you and Sakutaro, okay?
Wow! What is this? What's this?
Inside laid there like chess pieces were about 20 small ceramic figures shaped like animals. Squirrels, rabbits, small birds, dogs, and cats. And they were all holding musical instruments. In addition to them, there was also a panorama-style background. A forest scene was drawn in it. The small forest animals were gathered in a plaza and looked like they were having a good time. Rosa set it up on the table, and when she lined up all the ceramic figures like chess pieces in front of it, it became a band of forest animals. Isn't it wonderful? I saw it in the store window, and I was taken with it at a glance. This is a present for you for being such a good girl. Home alone, Maria.
Thank you, Mama! Awesome, Sakutaro! Look how much our friends have grown! It's just like you said, Sakutaro! It was true that we had fun. Next time, we get more friends. Right, didn't I tell you? Look, we have more friends! Look, we have more friends! How do you?
Relieved that her gift had been appreciated, Rosa remembered that she'd been filled with several days of weariness.
Mama, you worked really hard. Go take a shower. If you take a hot one, our sure your weariness will go away. Want to take a bath? I just want to put in the bath today.
Thank you. But it's already late, so let's go already and get to bed. Mama is tired, so I just have to take a shower and then go to sleep. I have to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, got it. Here, Mama, I'll take your coat off for you.
I can do it myself. Thank you.
Mama, your coat is full of smells from outside. Huh? Oh, sorry, something fell out. I'll pick it up, okay?
When she took Rosa's coat, a receipt or ticket stub or something fell out. It had been in Mama's pocket, so it was probably important. Maria hurriedly picked it up. It looked like a ticket for the... I mean, she probably didn't buy it, right? It was the man she was with. It looked like a ticket for the green car, the Shinkansen or something. Atami? Wasn't that a place famous for its hot springs? At that moment, with a razor-sharp sound, the warm atmosphere shattered. Instead of Rosa, who had been there just a second ago, enjoying the gift with her daughter, recovering from her weariness with a long-awaited return home, there stood a person who looked exactly the same, but who had a completely different, terrifying expression on her face. In her hand was the ticket stub that Maria had picked up. She had stolen it from Maria's hand in an instant. Just a few seconds too late. By the pain of her hand that had been hit and her mother's expression, Maria realized that she had done something wrong. But she didn't know what she had done that had gotten her in trouble. It was probably because of the ticket stub-like thing. Was she not supposed to touch it? Even though she had tried so hard to welcome Mama with fun and happiness, she had touched something important to Mama without asking, and had ruined that pleasant atmosphere. So Maria apologized immediately.
Sorry.
Even though she must have heard those words of apology, Rosa's expression actually darkened. Maybe those weren't the words she had been hoping for. Maria didn't know what to do and stared at her mother's reaction. Then, even though it should have been such an important ticket stub, Rosa crushed it up and hurried off to her room. Maria didn't really understand what had done wrong.
I must have done something I shouldn't have. The paper must have been important for Mama's work, and I touched it without asking. URYUU, you didn't do anything wrong, Maria. That was why Tila was so very happy. Yes, happy. And when Mama takes a bath and clears her head, she'll go back to being the normal, nice Mama. So you mustn't worry about it. URYUU, you're right. Mama's tired too. I mustn't worry about it. After all, you were so happy tonight. URYUU.
Okay, before Angie explains it all. Okay. I think what happened is that, I mean, obviously, right? The whole work business is just a lie. The truth is that she needs to stay up and stay overnight because of her other side job. So it makes sense that the men would, you know, she needs to go after rich men, so she gets money, so it makes sense they would splurge and take her nice places like hot springs. But I think the reason, oh gosh, the reason she got so angry is because of that self-image issue that she has and her trauma. And it comes out in such a horrible way. She cares so much to be seen as normal that the thought that her own daughter will see her as something lesser, even though Maria would never think that, that's the part that makes Rosa snap in such a way, and why she took it so forcefully there. And that's just interesting to me a lot. Like, in a way, it's to quote-unquote protect Maria. That she has a good image of her mama. Her mama works hard and doesn't work unpleasant jobs. But because it's so ingrained in her own self-image and self-trauma, she ends up hurting Maria more than if Maria knew what Rosa did. And that sucks a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I really like Rosa. Okay, one sec. Whew. Why did I get 4 pings? Oh! They released the trailer for Night Rain stuff. I'll watch later though. Okay. Will I become one of 10 Rosa defenders and one of 3? Okay, no, not defender. Will I become one of 10 Rosa fans and one of 3 Kinso fans? We shall see. Just stop it. I can't watch this.
Angie, I think you're looking for happiness in the wrong way.
You're the one who's wrong, Onechan! How can you call this happiness? It's so pitiful that I can't watch anymore!
What is? That Mama suddenly got mad? That happens sometimes when more humans get tired. Condemning a person because of a momentarily misplaced emotion isn't a real thought of you, Angie.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from a 9-year-old. But that's not the problem. That ticket stub you picked up was clearly strange.
What was? There was nothing strange about it. If it has nothing to do with the happiness of that night, right?
Androsa called because she stayed in overnight in her company because of work, right? Why Atami? Isn't that what you call a vacation? Henry, she left you and went on a vacation, right? No, Angie, no, that's not what happened. And you normally don't go on vacations while you're...
Even if it was a ticket for Atami, that alone doesn't make it proof that Mama lied and went on vacation, right?
She lied on the phone, and then she got changed her expression so drastically and grabbed it from you. What more proof could you want?
It might have been from a business trip long ago, right? Or maybe she just happened to pick up some trash and put it in her pocket. It might have been a receipt from someone who worked for her, who went on a business trip. In that case, it would be important for her work. It wasn't a toy, so I understand why Mama took it away. That's evidence. This evidence you're talking about is solely circumstantial. Imagination and delusions. I don't know why you're interpreting it in a way that makes our relationship worse.
I'm the one who doesn't understand why you're interpreting it in a way that's too convenient for Aunt Rosa.
As I thought, you're a pitiable child, Angie. Even though there are so many fragments lying about you, that can make you happy. You can't find them. Instead, you only look at unhappy fragments and continue to get hurt. That's why you're scared of being hurt. And only start looking for happiness after you check to make sure there's nothing around you that can hurt you.
I like this. They're like opposites, and Butler will need to become the middle, the intermediate. Maria believes too hard in magic, making her cover up all bad things with good thoughts and try to find the most convenient ways of brushing them off as things that don't hurt. Angie, on the other hand, believes so drastically against magic that she will find the most convenient way of making everything look awful and like everyone's a terrible person. Maria sees a ticket stub as not even belonging to Rosa. It's a co-worker's. It was trash she picked up. It was a business trip. It was, completely and utterly innocent. Angie sees it as Rosa betraying her, just lying. She went on her own to a vacation without you, just for fun. She paid for a vacation out of her own volition to go have fun without you. Because she's an awful, terrible person. So we need Butler to come in and say, no, Maria, it was Rosa's ticket. She did go on this place and she lied about it to you. But also, no, Angie, she didn't do it for fun and to betray Maria. She had this other job where men take her places and she had to go to make money. So I think that's very interesting, and I hope they keep going on with this. That Angie is very smart. Angie is looking for the truth, and she's going to get very close to the truth. But her extreme pessimism because of her life and her trauma is going to lead her to the worst case scenario conclusions. She's going to say, Eva killed everyone, she's evil. Shannon killed everyone, she's evil. Everyone's evil. The whole family sucks. Kill them all. Everyone's evil. And Butler is going to be the one that's like, okay, you're right that these people might be the culprits. Or like, it didn't go that way, like there's some other circumstances going about that you are willfully glossing over because you refuse to see the tiniest smidgen of good in people. And that's going to be awesome sauce. Butler, save us, Butler. So that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I like that. I like that. I like that. Dingo, get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here, Dingo. I don't want to see your face right now.
When I talk with you, Oni-chan, it gets hard to tell which one of us isn't making sense. You know what? There are lots of happy and unhappy fragments and they fill the world up. So people who can't find happiness right beside them won't be able to find it no matter how hard they look. Like Til and Mytil searching for the blue bird.
That is the first fable they talk about that I don't know about.
Oh yeah. That story with a moral. You're the complete opposite, Angie. You're searching for the world without a fragment of unhappiness. But this is the same as the blue bird. So you'll be able to find your happiness for all eternity.
That's kind of what I said.
Is Butler Hansel? Or is he the blue bird?
Give it a rest already. In any case, I appreciate that a night of happiness was wasted because of a single scrap of paper. Appreciate? What? How did I see that? I understand that a night of happiness was wasted because of a single scrap of paper.
It sure is scary that a single scrap of paper could do that. In that case, maybe the power to get your happiness back can also lie in a single scrap of paper, right?
Wow, can I not enjoy a wonder stream? I'm sorry, Zinko. You came at a bad time. I was emotional. I lashed out. I pulled a Rosa. I'm sorry, Zinko. You can stay. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're my friend. Just when she finally been able to communicate with Maria after so long, Rosa's face twisted with a mixture of anger, sadness, and a fierce self-hatred as she flew into her room and closed the door. Maria's sorry had sliced into her chest sharper than a knife. At that time, she noticed a cute envelope placed on her study table. It was probably something that had come with a girl's magazine. I can't. No, chat. Let me take a breather. Okay.
To Mama, let me share my happiness with you, it said. She took it.
Oh, she took it and after hesitating to open it, read what was inside. Then, after dotting the surface of the paper with 2 large tears, she flew out of the room, hugged Maria from behind as she headed for the bathroom. Buried her face into her daughter's back and cried. And realizing what she was the one who should truly be saying sorry, she apologized.
Why is Mama apologizing? There's no answer to that question. Look, we already made up. Something like that was absolutely nothing to worry about because of the friendship Mama and I share.
To me, your happiness is too painful, Maria Oni-chan.
I understand how you feel, more or less. Before I realized I had that power, even I was a pitiful child who could only find fragments filled with misfortune, just like you are now.
What is that power? This power that I don't have, but you do. Are you saying that I'm unfortunate and you're blessed because I don't have that? Just, what is this thing you can't describe except with an abstract word like power?
Yeah, you do what you do want to know that, Angie. That's why you've been reading my story so far. Of course I'll teach you. I'll show you the secret of that power. And it's something I taught you about long ago, when you were little, right? Did you forget? It's okay, I remember. Now she will teach you.
She? Who's that? I shall teach you in Maria's place. But Beatrice, the power Maria has, but you do not. Okay, we switch scenes, so Ruby. Manga panel of Rosa hugging Maria. And again, that part to me is... There's two ways to see it. There very much is. Either she's a hypocrite and it's just like... randomly she feels bad and she doesn't actually mean it, like Angie feels. Or you can believe that Rosa really does care about Maria, it's just her extreme trauma gets in the way way too much. But I yapped enough about that. It's just, I like that scene. But yes, Ruby Tomato, if you could please manga panel of that. Thank you. And please.
Yeah, the power I have, but Angie doesn't.
A power we have and you do not. Shut up. It's magic. Maria and Beato said it together. And when they started giggling because they said it at the same time, it was an innocent reaction, one that didn't seem like Beato at all. No, I don't want to be back here. I don't want to be back here. Get me out. Get me out. I don't want to be back here. Black tea was arranged on a table in a peaceful garden, and Beato, Maria, and Sakutaro, who was sitting on Maria's lap, were having fun chatting. Oh, I see. He is called Sakutaro. So, this is your friend.
URYUU, nice to meet you. I'm Sakutaro. Sakutaro's shy, so he's nervous. It's okay, Beatrice. He's also a great friend of mine. URYUU, I'm Maria's friends. My friends? Yeah. URYUU, then I am Beatrice's friend too. Yeah. URYUU.
Maria, does something like this happen frequently for you in your everyday life?
What?
Is breathing a spirit of magic into inorganic matter and giving it life like this commonplace in your everyday life?
Sakutaro isn't inorganic matter. He's a lion cub. URYUU.
The stuffed animal makes for an excellent vessel. It is not uncommon for spirits to be made to reside in them when they are spoken to by innocent children with no toxin. According to Beatrice, every time a child plays with dolls, the doll actually gains a will and converse with them, sometimes even moving by their own will. However, because of their innocence, the power imbued into such a vessel is very weak. If they get struck with even a tiny bit of toxin from a human's common sense, which says that there's no way a doll could talk or move, they instantly revert to being a non-speaking dolls. However, this Sakutaro stuffed animal of yours is different.
Sakutaro is a stuffed animal, but he isn't one. URYUU, I'm a lion cub. URYUU. Sakutaro is a lion cub, but he's still a kid, so he can roar sometimes. URYUU.
Gazing at Maria, who was playing around with Sakutaro by the table loaded with tea, Beatrice let out a sigh of admiration. How incredible. This Sakutaro, with a cloth and cotton vessel as a shell, has completely materialized into the human world. He has his own personality, talks with the summoner freely, and even moves by his own will. And even more surprising is that Maria did not summon him using the name of a person from another world. This could be a Homestuck reference. What if they're summoning the soul of Nepeta, the lion zodiac Leo. There's no scene of Rosa No! Get on me. Why? Oh, thank you for looking, Ruby. Oh, that's strong. I'm not punishing you for missing you. It is the truth. Yay. But created him out of the sea of zero. A After that, Maria boasted to Bato that Sakutaro wasn't her only friend, and that she had many, many more of them back home. Says, however, is crushing. About what? Homestuck? He doesn't even care! That's what? Okay, whatever. Maria boasted to Bato that Sakutaro wasn't her only friend, and that she had many more of them back at home. It seemed there were other similar stuffed animals and dolls who could talk and move their own will like Sakutaro. It was something natural for Maria. It was natural for stuffed animals to talk, move, and become her friends of their own will. When she saw that Maria accepted this as something natural, as a witch, Beatrice felt a respect bordering on awe. Maria, without a doubt, that power of yours is magic.
It's magic.
I'm scared, chat. I'm scared. I didn't think about it that way at all. But the way Beatrice is talking right now, if Beatrice does a favor for Maria, and like she does with the stakes and the furniture, gives life to that stuffed animal, and if that stuffed animal becomes an anime boy, bro, I'm uninstalling. Please no. Please no. Stop talking about this.
It's magic? I've been a witch apprentice, so I can use magic yet, right?
What if Ronove was a stuffed animal? Oh my gosh, I didn't think about this. A little black... No. What would he be? Like a little black crow? That would be cute. No, it is magic. Because you cannot use it consciously, you are still an apprentice. But even so, what magical power it is! The materialization of your friend Sakutaro is excellent proof of that.
Materialization?
Indeed. In your case, it may even be fitting to call it creation. They couldn't make stuffed animals that sexy, bro. He's right. He's right. A piece of inorganic... Why is that word so hard to say? I just keep reading it as ignoramus. Indeed, in your case, it may even be fitting to call it creation. A piece of inorganic matter that would have no soul at all in another's hands can have a soul sent into it through your magic. Furthermore, that strong magical power lies in the human world. In this era, so filled with the toxin that denies magic, summoning a magical power that can materialize a single life form is not easy even for me. It isn't hard to give birth to any number of soulless beings. However, giving birth to a being with a soul is very difficult. This is what Bato asserted.
I don't really understand what you're saying, Bato. You're saying Sakutaro is amazing.
Both you and Sakutaro are incredible. You should be proud. I see. That which can so desire above all else seems to dwell most strongly within you. And now he has like a little close now. Wait, why does it have like a British soldier medal? Oh no! No, 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 no. No 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 no. Where are they? Ah, they don't show up anymore. I was gonna look at the Chester sisters. They're also dressed like English soldiers, right? I forgot how they look like. No, bro, don't do this to me. Yeah, they're just like the Queen's Guard, and that medal looks like you would give it to a Queen's Guard, and it's red. Nah, 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 nah. I don't want a Beauty and the Beast situation here. Wait, now I get to mention that Umineko was crashing out. So I'm right? Am I right? Is it... The anime boy is gonna look so... No, 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 please stay as Little Lion Cub, please. No, no. Can I look up what Sakutaro means? In Japanese? What its meaning means? Or should I not refrain from that? Or can one of you tell me? So y'all were crashing out before? Well, I guess now it's in a veil of mystery, so I can't tell what you're talking about. That's good. Red arrow pointing red thumb.
I don't have a clue why Bato's praising Maria so much. Right, Sakataro? URYUU! What should be truly admired is not only that a soul has been made to reside in a stuffed animal. Even more significant is the fact that you have changed your own worldview. When it comes to giving birth to something from nothing, you stand out from the crowd. It is easy to make 100 from 1. However, giving birth to 1 from 0 is not. When you do become a full witch beyond just becoming a match for me, you might grow into a great witch that even I must acknowledge as a superior. A witch of origins, perhaps. I'm really looking forward to your future. Vato said I have talent as a witch! Isn't that great, Maria? URYUU! Vato, thank you for praising Maria! No need to thank me, Sakataro. That red muffler truly suits you.
Don't bring attention to it, bruv.
And I am envious of the talent of your master, who was able to give birth to a friend like you. URYUU! Thank you for complimenting my muffler! This is a present I got from Maria. It's my favorite. And its size is truly like a muffler that was created for you. I see. I must also give my new friend some kind of present.
I'm scared. Chat, I'm scared.
That is giving Sakataro a present. Of course, a gift from a witch must be something with magical power. In that case, so that he can be your friend for all time, and so that you can have even more gang. No, no. Oh. I should give Sakataro my magic power. With that, you should be able to materialize even more strongly now! I'll be able to have much more fun playing with Sakataro. How's that? URYUU? What could it be, Maria? Is it something scary? Don't worry.
I mean, it's cool, right? Because, you know, Beatriz has her 7 sisters of Purgatory. And Ronave, but, you know, he's chill. Like, the sisters are like her actual property and servant. Beatriz had the Cheister sisters. So, our little witch Maria is going to have little lion, Sakutaro as a servant. And we actually know the 7 sisters aren't an animal. I thought they were all animals. Well, obviously, because like the Chinese sisters are bunnies, but the sisters aren't anything. But this guy would be the lion.
Don't worry, Pata won't do anything scary. Right, Beatrice? Indeed, I believe you will like it. So, to make it materialize even more strongly, a stronger image will be necessary. Well, what to do? Bata crossed her arms and thought about what she could do to please them even more. Then, right there, was the form of yet another witch. It was Bato's teacher, Virgilia. Virgilia truly was a great witch. Since Maria already thought of Bato as a great witch, this person Bato called a great witch must be a great witch. According to Bato, she didn't even rise up to this witch's feet when it came to magical power. My, I thought I heard some cheery voices. What a fun tea party this seems to be. Oh, teacher! Perfect timing. I wanted to look at this lion cub. I hear he's Maria's new friend. What a lovely lion son. I wonder if he can greet me. Hello. Nice to meet you. Who are you? I'm Sakutaro. Sakutaro fell to Maria's lap, greeting Virgilia with half of his face poking out over the edge of the table. It seemed that he was very nervous, since this was a witch that even Bato called teacher. Hello, cat. What an adorable name. As a reward for giving such a good greeting, here's a sweet for you.
After waving her hands about, Virgilia held the palm of her hand upwards as though she was lightly grabbing at the empty air. El gato. Like a lion, whoa, it's bravo, Ryokishi, bravo. Okay. Then she held her fist out in front of Sakutaro. When she opened her fist, there was one of those individually wrapped cough drops.
URYUU? Oh yeah, it's candy! Awesome! Awesome! Isn't that great, Sakutaro? Make sure to thank her. URYUU, thank you very much for the candy. Gulp.
Even though Virgilia was a great witch, she still treated a stuffed animal like Sakutaro to an elegant greeting. Still, teacher, cough drops. Are you someone's granny or something? Can you at least pull out some strawberry milk candy?
How rude. In that case, I won't be giving you any more.
Sorry. Well then, Maria, take out your grimoire, and of course, your writing goods. Tools, jeez.
Yeah, I'll take it out. What should I write?
Oh, when are you starting? I will use a magic I learned from you, teacher. Magic to make a resident of another world materialize to... Okay, GG's. Okay, it's confirmed. Okay, well, I mean, it's good. It's good that I have such a long time to prepare. Please. I mean, if none of it looks this good, right? It's gonna look good too. I'm excited. You know what? I'm no longer scared. I'm excited. I think that by applying that, we may be able to further strengthen the power that makes this friend of Maria's materialized. I wanted to give that as a gift to Maria and her friend.
I see. For a being that has already materialized, it shouldn't be that difficult. That could become a wonderful gift. Well then, I shall help too, if only a little.
It would be very reassuring if you would sign for this magic as a witness, teacher. Be glad, Maria. This will be a wonderful gift.
URYUU? What's happening? Is it scary, is it? Is it? Don't know, but I don't think it's scary. What could it be? I can't wait!
About to borrow the grimoire from Maria's handbag and majestically flipped through the pages. Then she found an empty page among those with circles drawn on them and flattened it out. After gazing at Sakutaro with a grin, she suddenly started moving her pen. It was something like a written declaration made by witches to a high-ordered world. It was magic whose effect could be controlled if Beatrice wrote and Virgilia signed. Maria didn't understand what Beatrice was writing at first, but partway through she figured out the wonderful magical power of this document and her eyes began to sparkle.
URYUU? URYUU? Where is it, Maria? What is she drawing? URYUU?
Sakutaro was on her lap, so he didn't know what was being written on the table. But even if he had seen, Sakutaro probably wouldn't have understood. Okay. No. Future problem. I was going back to the thought that every character in the game has a counterpart in the non-magical world. So like our Beatrice is one of the probably the most recent Beatrices that Kinso raised. Virgilia's Kumasawa. Eva Beatrice is Eva. All the sisters, Chester and Purgatory, are all other orphanage children, possibly failed Beatrices, now that I think about it. But then I get to Ronave, Bernkastel, Lambda Delta, and no clue who they could possibly be. And I was thinking that because I was like, okay, now I gotta assign a real person to Sakutaro. But I think that's fruitless for now, just a thought to have in the back. Because yeah, I could not begin to think of who Bernkastel, Lambda Delta, or Ronave are. Like, Ronave could be Genji, but I kinda don't like that. I don't know, that would feel a bit lame, but it makes sense. But anyways, Just a thought.
Oh, Sakataro! Wait a bit! Almost done! Almost done! It's amazing, Bato! Amazing! When it comes to writing documents of power, this child's talent is magnificent. You might even serve well as a secretary in the spirit world.
How's this? Not so bad, right? After finishing her writing with an intense amount of concentration, Beata looked over the document again from a distance. It seemed she was fairly satisfied with her work, and Maria, who was also poking in at it, let out a cry of wonder.
Wow! Awesome, Bato! Cute!
By the name of the Golden Witch Batteries, I now acknowledge Sakataro, Maria's child. Teacher, if you would sign as a witness.
Yes, yes. By my name, I witness and acknowledge this oath. It is done.
Bergula sighed, opening the written declaration. It was a document with the power to proclaim to the beginnings of a higher world Sakataro had most certainly materialized in the human world. Sakataro, who had been born from Maria, was nominated by the two witches Beatrice and Virgilia. And just now his existence had been acknowledged by the higher world. That itself was the great magic of materialization. According to Battle, it was apparently quite fortunate that Virgilia was there. After all, depending on the number of quality of witches that signed proclamations to the higher world, the power that resided in them could change drastically. Virgilia in particular had many friends in that higher plane, so her signature gave the proclamation a power that witch battles couldn't even compare. By this proclamation, I accept you, Sakataro, as an individual with his own ego. And I welcome you as a friend in accordance with a contract of marriage sorcerie. From now on, Sakataro is our common friend. And for that, I shall bestow upon you a fitting form as a gift. Accept it! With the grimoire still open to the page with the proclamation, she turned around and handed it to Maria. Maria showed it to Sakataro on her lap. When Sakataro beheld the proclamation, he felt something hot and bright begin to dwell in his body made of cloth and cotton. Even as he looked around, nervous at this sensation he'd never felt before, the power strengthened. And eventually, a bright light completely swallowed him up.
URYUU? URYUU!
Cute! I'm glad that he's young. I was a bit scared that he would be an adult like the other furniture. Cute! Oh. I was also scared that his outfit would change a lot and look like an actual English soldier because of the medal, but I'm glad he kept the little lion costume and the scarf and the ears. Oh, what a cutie! It's so cute. Red eyes, though. Have we seen that anywhere? Super blonde too, like Jessica. Ah, it's a Lambda Delta kin. Same blonde and eye color. Any red eyes around here? Is it the same shade? Because like it's totally same shade as Lambda Delta. Yeah, that's like so yellow. So it's not the same as Jessica. Yeah, no, it's Lambda Delta. I'm not saying they're connected, it's just, you know, gotta keep an eye on it. I know I brought it up before, but why is Jessica blonde unless she dyes her hair? Natsu and Kraus are brunettes. He's a little bit blonde, but not really, and I guess we don't know what Kinso was. Honestly, TBH, I think this whole eye color and hair color thing, I should give it up, because I don't think Ryukishi really cared about that. There's a lot of family members that don't look anything alike. Like, why is Butler red? I guess Asumu. We haven't seen her. I don't know. Keep an eye on it, I guess. Jessica's blondness and Sakutaro being identical to Lambda Delta. Anyways, Golden Line. Oh! Was that always there? Was this always an emote? Oh! So cute! No way! No way, no way. Did I legit ask that? When? Dude. That's hilarious. That's so funny. What a Umineko character is this? Don't care then. That is hilarious. No way. That's an actual thing that happened. This emote's great. Oh my gosh. I'm not a real person. I was about to say that. I'm not a real person. I was made in a factory to give good bits. I'm a joke. I just constantly set up these alley-oops years in advance. This is stupid. Anyways. Speaking of just like thinking of him in my theory sense, it's a boy, a young boy. So what? What? That's all. What? Again, I don't see Kinso getting boys from the orphanage. We don't have a blonde servant for him to be. Maybe Kanon is blonde. What if this is young Kanon? I don't remember Eva's backstory. I forget if she had a miscarriage. Or was Natsuhi the one with miscarriage? I don't remember. I'll use that site later from the pins to reread Eva's backstory. Who are you? But again, it's not something I should worry about because I can't tell you who Bernkastel or Lando Delta are. To me, Bernkastel and Lando Delta are the only actual magical beings in the story. They have no counterpart. Everyone else does. Shannon, the 19th visitor. Kanon could be Ronobe, I suppose. Virgilia is Komasawa. All the sisters are all tossed aside. Batteries. Groom attempts. And now we have who Sakutaro is in the real world and who Goda and Genji are in the magical world if they have counterparts. Because honestly, Ronobe kind of fits all the three men in here. He could be Genji because he's such a good butler. He could be Kanon because no real reason for it. I just vibe with it. And Goda because he cooks so good. Maybe it's a mix of all three. Like Beatrice's perfect butler is just all the butlers together, right? Whatever. Keep it in mind, don't forget. Alright, chat, don't forget. We'll get to the bottom of this. Then, when that light disappeared, there Maria's friend Sakataro held a new form and existed. Oh, Maria's taller!
You're so cute, Sakataru! Really cute!
URYUU?
Does it really look good on me? It isn't embarrassing.
It is a very lovely form, Sakataro-chan. I figured that muffler was his charm point. And the ears. Animal ears sure are nice, truly cute. Let me nibble on them later.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you very much for the wonderful present.
There is no need for thanks. This is out of respect for your wonderful magic and your friend. And now that you have reached this level, it would not be odd for you to graduate from being an apprentice at any time. From now on, I shall instruct you on even more new and fun magic. From this point forward, you may call yourself Maria, an apprentice witch of origins.
A witch of origins?
Indeed. It is the title of a witch who seeks to become a creator. Right now, you are an enchanter, a magician specializing in forms of magical enchantments who has only enough strength to breathe magical power into the small objects around her. Okay, this is scary. I made her into a muse of space in my class spectate, and it turned out to be more perfect than I thought. Like, this is okay, whatever. What's this in Golden Land? How it feels following Wonder Silver thoughts exactly as planned, and I know exactly what you will say next. The channel description changed! Hi, whoever wrote that. It changed right before my eyes again. But after 1,000 years of training, you could conceivably use the magical compendium that resides inside your heart to create a galaxy. A galaxy? Come on now. Nah, I'm cheating. I'm looking stuff up. I'm subconsciously looking up spoilers. Seriously? Making compendium inside your heart to create a galaxy, and I made her into a muse of space. Whatever. The talent of a witch of origins is very rare. Even though everyone has it when they are young, no one can continue to hold on to it. This title is also proof that you have not lost your untainted heart. A
witch of origins, awesome! I'll become one. I'm Maria, an apprentice witch of origins. Maria, that's so incredible. A witch of origins is incredible, amazing. URYUU.
Eventually, you will be able to call yourself a full witch, Lady Maria, witch of origins. It may be a good time now to give not only Sakataro, but you as well an appearance fitting for your rank. Here, I should give a proper outfit for one who, while still an apprentice, is worthy of using the title of a witch. Oh. I'm excited. I'm about to wave the pipe that was her cane. Many gold butterflies that had appeared out of nowhere grouped around Maria and given her a wonderful dress. That's adorable! Oh, she looks fantastic! It certainly was fitting for a girl who would eventually take the name of the Witch of Origins, combining both cuteness and dignity.
Amazing! Awesome! Cute! I better show these clothes to Mama too, can I?
The full dress of a witch must not be shown indiscriminately. Its value increases if you're stingy with it. Then the Great Witch, the Witch's Princess, and their new friend Sakataro enjoyed a lively tea party.
See? Look how happy I am. And look how fun this is.
Can I look at the flower fruit, please? Yo! Sakataro means first blossom. That makes sense. That's cute. The Witch of Origins, who will live for the next 1,000 years, possesses the motherly magical power to give birth to one from the Sea of Zero. At a glance, her magical power is weak. However, Zero will never become anything but Zero, no matter how it is multiplied. But the one she gives birth to will eventually surpass the heavens. Protected heavenly by Beatrice, who understands her true value. She is in alliance with Beatrice. Wait a second. I read into that a lot. I'll talk about it in a bit. First, Sakutara. The love and furniture of Lady Maria, witch of marriage. Her existence is Lady Maria's pure white heart itself. He is an irreplaceable being to her and could only be. Are not permitted to take aim at him. Oh. Anyways, what I have seen here. The one she gave birth to will eventually surpass the heavens. That part strikes me as a thematic parallel to whoever the very first Beatrice was. So it was her child. It has to be now. It wasn't just a random child Kinso got from the orphanage. Whoever the first Beatrice was gave birth to a kid. Well, no, let's not take it literally. It just means that the first Beatrice, her existence and her death, gave birth to countless more Beatrices. She created a one that has gone on for 1,000 years. With all the Beatrices she created by proxy of her existence and death because of Kinso. Interesting. Then is Sakutaro a allegory for the first imitation Beatrice, the first person that Kinso got to be Beatrice after the original one died? Perhaps. Keep it in mind. Manga panels, yes! Oh! He has big ass eyes, bro. Oh, the hug! Oh, Maria's face in the bottom right! Oh my gosh! Oh, thank you. That's positively lovely. Thank you. Oh. It's very Umineko to have such adorable things be an allegory for the one most terrible event to happen in this universe. The original Beatrice creating a stained legacy of death and grooming. Yes, but shortly. I said that the whole phrase of giving birth to one from zero, I see it as an allegory for the very first Beatrice and how she gave birth to this legacy of countless other Beatrices because of Kinso. And I see possibly Sakutaro being an allegory for the first fake Beatrice that Kinso brought in after the original died. And then I said it's kind of very Umineko to use such adorable imagery to be an allegory for the #1 most horrible event to happen in this universe.
See? Look how happy I am, and look how fun this is. Please don't be afraid of being happy. Becoming happy isn't the same thing as accepting your current misfortune. Enemies created a new happiness out of your current misfortune. That is the magic of origins.
I didn't want to acknowledge my current world. I couldn't bear to accept such an isolated and painful world. That's why, even though I was entranced by your world, Mariana-chan, I couldn't cross the final line.
I'll teach you about my magic of origins. No, I taught you before, right? And you used it before. Did you forget? You were also a witch apprentice, Angie, and with your name entered into marriage. Entered into.
Wait, I keep reading it as marriage. That is not marriage. Oh my gosh. Nobody corrected me? Mariage sorcery. Sorcery something. Marriage sorcery. Not marriage, mirage sorcery, I think.
Entered into mariage sorcery, weren't you?
Yeah, that was true. Mariage sorcery. That takes me back. I also had my name entered in there at one point, didn't I? Oh gosh. I want to continue so bad, but nah, I can't. This is where we part ways. A good place, yeah. Lots of... I read it mariage sorcery. I like that. Yeah, this room was crazy. Lots of nonsense. Lots of me making stuff out from zero. Just like Maria. A bunch of nonsense that means nothing and is not correct. And I keep saying it as if it's fact and talking afterwards as if it's fact. And it's real funny, and I can't wait to laugh alongside you when I get disproven. It'll be real funny, and I won't uninstall the game. Oh yeah. Crazy stream. That was a lot of yapping. I'll be thinking on my own time, working on my timeline. Indeed. Why does he look like Lambda Delta? I mean, that just tells you that Lambda Delta was a real person. What if Berncastel and Lambda Delta were also other failed matrices? And Lambda Delta had a child with Kinso, and that child was Sakutaro. But because he was a man, I didn't think about that. What if he had children with some of the Beatrices, and they gave birth to a male who couldn't become a Beatrice? What then? That might be it. Anyways. Yeah. Whatever. We're done. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Great stream, I think, in my opinion. Wow. Farewell. Have a great night, everyone. Bye. Whatever.